अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम बैक टू लर्न विद हना। आज हम अपनी ओप MCQ सीरीज़ की आखिरी वीडियो लेकर आए हैं। इंशाल्लाह अगली वीडियोस में हम अपनी नई डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम सीरीज़ शुरू करेंगे। अगर आपने हमारी पिछली वीडियोस नहीं देखी तो प्लीज़ लाजमी विज़िट करें प्लेलिस्ट और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें ताकि आपको आने वाली तमाम वीडियोज़ पर वक्त मिल सकें। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज की क्वेश्चन नंबर 81। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग सपोर्ट्स फंक्शन ओवरलोडिंग? So the right option is D, all of them. Explanation: function overloading is supported in Java, C++, and Python via default arguments or method overloading simulation. Explanation in C++. Question number 82. How many types of access specifiers are provided in OOP? So the right option is B, 3. Explanation in C++, there are 3 access specifiers. Access specifiers are keywords that define the scope, visibility of a class members and data members and member functions. The control how and where the members of a class can be accessed in the program. And these are public, private, and protected. Public is accessible everywhere. Private is accessible only inside the class. Protected is accessible inside the class plus derived class. Question number 83. Which of these is not a type of constructor in C++? So the right option is D, virtual constructor. Where is default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor? These are the types of constructor. Explanation: C++ does not have any virtual constructor. Question number 84. Which keyword is used to access the base class members in C++? So the right option is D, scope resolution. Explanation: scope resolution operator is used to access base class members. In C++, there is no super, base or parent keyword unlike Java which use super. Instead, scope resolution operator is used to access members of a base class when they are hidden by derived class members. So the scope resolution operator is the correct option. Question number 85. Which among the following can show polymorphism? So the right option is B, overloading. Explanation: same insertion operator but works differently, that is a polymorphism. Other operators like AND operator, OR operator are rarely overloaded in real life and not commonly used for polymorphism. So logical AND, logical OR, and addition assignments, these are not among the polymorphism. So the right option is where insertion operator is can show the polymorphism. Question number 86. Which among the following represents a correct constructor? So the right option is B, class name. Explanation: a constructor in a C++ must have the same name as a class. It does not have a return type, not even a Y. Question number 87. Which of the following is used to destroy objects in C++? So the right option is D, both A and B. Delete and destructor. Explanation: objects are destroyed using destructors or delete keyword for dynamically allocated memory. Here is the simple explanation that destructor, a special member function that is automatically called when an object goes out of its scope, used to release resources like closing files, freezing memory. Delete keyword. Delete keyword used to destroy objects created with new dynamic memory. So the objects are destroyed automatically by destructor and manually by delete for dynamic memory. So this is the concept which differentiate between destructor and delete. Question number 88. Which of the following is an example of dynamic polymorphism? So the right option is C, function overloading. Here's the explanation. Overriding functions in derived class is an example of runtime polymorphism. Question number 89. How to access data members of a class? So the right option is D, dot or arrow as required. Explanation: data members of a class cannot be accessed directly except inside the class itself. If you have an object, you use the dot operator. Here is the example, that object dot data. Dot operator used to access data member when you have an object. Question number 90. Which keyword is used to prevent inheritance in Java? So the right option is B, final. Explanation: the final keywords prevents inheritance in Java. Question number 91. Which feature of OOP reduces the use of nested class? So the right option is A, inheritance. Explanation: inheritance allows one class child to access and reuse the members of another class, the parent. This reduces the need for nested classes since the subclasses can extend functionality without being tightly enclosed with another class. Question number 92. Which keyword among the following can be used to declare an array of object in a Java? So the right option is C, new. Explanation: in Java, the new keyword is used to dynamically allocate memory for objects and arrays. Question number 93. Which operator in C++ is used to define a districtor? So the right option is B. Explanation: districtor name begins with tilde. A districtor is a special member function of a class that is automatically invoked when an object goes out of its scope or deleted. Its name is the same as class name, but it is preceded by a tilde. Question number 94. Which of these is an abstract class in Java? So the right option is D, both B and C. A class declared with abstract keyword, and a class that cannot be instantiated. Explanation: abstract class cannot be instantiated and are declared with abstract keyword. An abstract class is defined using the abstract keyword, cannot be instantiated. You cannot create object of an abstract class directly. Question number 95. In C++, which of the following supports multiple inheritance? So the right option is A, classes. Explanation: C++ supports multiple inheritance through classes unlike Java. Question number 96. Where is the memory allocated for the objects? So the right option is D, RAM, random access memory. Explanation: when a program is executed, memory for objects and data is allocated in. To run any program, the operating system loads the program into RAM because it's a fast temporary storage that supports both read and write operations. When you create an object, the memory is allocated in a heap memory, which is a part of RAM. A hard disk drive is a so the right option is D, random access memory. Question number 97. Single level inheritance supports dash inheritance. So the right option is D, runtime. In single level inheritance, when an object of a class is created and a method is called, the method is searched at runtime. Single level inheritance supports runtime inheritance because method overriding and lookup happen during the program execution or at a runtime. Question number 98. Which of the following is true for abstract class? So the right option is B. They may have abstract methods. Explanation: abstract classes may contain abstract and concrete methods. Question number 99. How to overcome diamond problem? So the right option is B, using virtual keyword with same name function. Explanation: the diamond problem occurs in multiple inheritance when a class inherits from two classes that share a common base class. This creates ambiguity about which copy of the base class members should be inherited by the child class. This diamond problem is overcome using virtual inheritance in C++. Question number 100. Which of these is an example of compile time polymorphism? So the right option is B, operator overloading. Explanation: operator overloading is resolved at compile time, hence compile time polymorphism. ये थी हमारी ऊप MCQ सीरीज़ की आखिरी वीडियो। अब इंशाल्लाह हम अपनी नई डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम MCQ सीरीज़ शुरू करने जा रहे हैं, जिसमें आपको लेक्चरशिप की तैयारी के लिए बेहतरीन मवाद मिलेगा। अगर आपने हमारी पिछली वीडियोस नहीं देखी हैं तो प्लेलिस्ट ज़रूर विजिट करें और चैनल लर्न विद हना को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें ताकि आप हर नई वीडियोस का नोटिफिकेशन फ़ौरन मिल सके। मिलते हैं फिर अगली न्यू सीरीज़ में, तब तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए। अल्लाह हाफिज़।